This is a look from Sky Action News Jax at the Miami Air 737 that crashed in the St. Johns River last night. The next big project for the federal safety investigators from NTSB is getting this plane out of the water. Rescue boats from JFRD and JSO also on the scene just minutes later, working to get everyone off the plane safely. We did talk to a passenger who says that she couldn't tell where she was when that plane landed. So obviously a confusing and chaotic time for those people on the plane. We do know, again, all 143 people on board survived.
There were at least 3 family pets that were in the cargo area of the plane when the plane crashed into the river.
But they have not been able to access that cargo area just yet. Action News Jax Brittany Donovan joins us again live from NAS Jackson. Brittany, there's safety concerns, and that's what's preventing a rescue attempt.
And the commanding officer says those first responders checked for those pets several times. But after talking with him this evening, the outcome does not sound promising. Now we know there were at least 4 pets listed on the flight manifest. And when the survivors gathered in the hangar after their rescue, their pets were left behind in the wreckage. NAS Jax's commanding officer tells me as soon as all human passengers were accounted for, he had all those first responders also go check on the pets. He says they were in the cargo area of the plane. The rescuers didn't hear any noise coming from below, and they couldn't see the pets' crates. He says the conditions there were too dangerous for rescuers to be able to get inside.
I asked the first responders to go back and make an assessment, and they did. They went in, they could look in from the cargo bay door. We asked them to specifically look for pet carriers, and they could not see any pet carriers that were above the water.
And NAS Jax has said that they're not able to access that part of the plane until it's removed from the water, and we don't have a timeline for when that might happen. But the commanding officer says that the pets were a priority and that they've been in touch with those pet owners. Reporting live at NAS Jax, Brittany Donovan, CBS 47, Action News Jax.
We've kept Sky Action News Jax over the crash site for much of the day to give you live looks as much as we can of the work that's happening right now.
And we send Action News Jax Courtney Cole out on a boat to bring us a different perspective on what's happening.
And right now, we're getting ready to give you the closest look we've been able to get of that Boeing 737 since it skidded off of the runway into the St. Johns River. I'm going to move out of the way here so that you can see, even right now, several hours after this happened, you can see that there are still authorities on the scene. You see the red and blue flashing lights here, and even an X here, which we believe is to let any other airplanes know that it is not safe to land here right now. Now, NTSB is on the scene, and they are investigating, and so you have barriers around the plane physically to keep any kind of oil or fuel from seeping out into the rest of the river, but there are also human barriers here. You have law enforcement on both sides of us, FWC and Coast Guard, making sure that no one gets too close. Reporting on the St. Johns River, Courtney Cole, CBS 47, Action News Jax.
Even before last night's crash, Action News Jax was tracking severe weather near NAS Jax.
Yeah, let's take a look at First Alert Doppler HD at 9:40 last night, the time the plane was making its landing approach, and there was a strong storm there with lightning, some wind, all in that area, along with that heavy rain. And meteorologist Garrett Biedenbaugh joins us now. Garrett, you were tracking that weather as it hit last night.
Yeah, Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish on the air tracking that, and we were here monitoring and kind of showing you why this was a big thunderstorm going by NAS Jax. This is what First Alert Doppler HD looked like last night, taking a slice. We do that a lot during times of storms, right? This is going up 30,000 feet up into the atmosphere, and it was building, and the lightning was increasing as well, showing a strengthening thunderstorm through the time period where that plane was making its landing there at NAS Jax. And the winds were out of the west-southwest right about the time of the landing, about 18 miles per hour is the report. The ceiling, the cloud base, was about 1,500 feet as well. So we'll be continuing to monitor to see if weather was a factor. But 5-Sweep First Alert Doppler HD right now, today, is still showing a few isolated showers and another storm system that's headed our way that is going to continue marching to the east as we head through this evening and overnight and into tomorrow. Really a factor for us on your Sunday. But the sea breeze doing its thing. We have a lot of moisture, very humid out there, right? We see those showers popping up right now on the sea breeze. Heading offshore, though, away from Mayport. But you can see see also into southeast Georgia, heading over Kings Bay by about 6:35. This particular shower that is interacting with the sea breeze, that green line we see, and that could enhance that shower over the next 5 minutes or so. So Kings Bay, be on the lookout for a heavy shower headed your way, maybe even a lightning bolt or two. We'll be watching that. It was a hot day, 90 degrees, the first 90-degree day of the year so far at the International Airport. So now we're back into the 80s. We'll continue being in the 80s at Jax Beach in the low 80s in the next hour and mid-70s by 8, 9 o'clock into the evening. Just an isolated shower, though. It's going to be mainly dry for tonight, other than an isolated shower. But let's take you through your Sunday. Here we go, hour by hour through the day. There comes those showers, potentially some thunderstorms that one or two could be strong. We're talking about gusty winds, 40 to 50 miles per hour will be the main threat with brief heavy rainfall. And that continues moving off to the south and east through about 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon before things begin to dry out. So again, this is kind of the zone where we could see an isolated strong to maybe even severe thunderstorm for tomorrow. The good news is we'll be tracking it here for you using First Alert Doppler HD. Here's the Action News Jax First Alert 7-day forecast with, of course, your weekend always in view. 60s in the morning to near 70 degrees, muggy mornings. We'll see mid to upper 80s as we head into Monday, but just an isolated shower there. A little bit better coverage, a few more isolated showers by Tuesday and into Wednesday. We'll see high pressure building in off to our east, so onshore winds bringing in that moisture again. Then more coverage of the thunderstorms by Thursday and into Friday with highs in the upper 80s to near 90 degrees as we head into next weekend with some afternoon storms on the sea breeze. You can always get this forecast any time of the day right there at actionnewsjax.com.
Preparing for a hard landing in the water. An Action News Jax exclusive. We take you inside the training for Navy pilots.
And a live look from Sky Action News Jax right now. You're watching Action News Jax continuing coverage of the miracle on the St. Johns River.